Right, I'm at the back of the car. I have removed the light units, and what I'm looking for is this brown wire. This is going to be the trigger wire. This is the reverse bulb. So that goes somewhere in here, so I'm going to have to take something off here and find where this brown wire ends up. So I'm going to take this off. It's door seal. I think I'm going to have to prise this off. Yeah, there's a clip there and there's a clip there, so I'll pop them off with two hands and then I'll trace this back and hopefully find where that connects in the car. Well, I had to remove this panel because I need to put the cable through here for the camera getting fitted, and these had actually broken off, plastic bits, so I've super glued that one and that one, and then this one's finally gone. I'll just need to figure out, get a bolt or something that'll hold that in place. This one's still okay, but it is suffering from a bit of rust, but that was done quite a few years ago now. So, another little exciting bonus. Well, it's now Monday afternoon, and I'm hopefully going to get my reversing camera wired up today. So, this is just a length of black wire, and I've put some red heat shrink on it to show it's actually a positive. So my plan is to bring this cable down through here along the roof liner, and then I'm going to go off to the left to get to the reverse light, which is at the bottom here. There's a brown wire there, and then this power wire at the other end will be attached to the head unit's reverse wire. So that will now go into, well, it'll tee into here somewhere. I'll need to tee it into the positive here, and hopefully that's going to do the job. But yeah, it's still meaning I need to route this through and up and along, and yeah, it's a bit of a carry on. Some cars are very fortunate, they seem to have the reverse lights on the actual tailgate, but because they're at the side of the car, you've got to do quite a bit of rooting the boot. Right, here we are. I've hooked everything up temporarily to the head unit. So my ignition's on. I'm going to push my clutch pedal down, put myself into neutral. Guidelines have appeared, and there's the rear view. Take it back out. So that's working fine. I've got this piece of board, and that's a foot away from my tow bar. So I've just put that there just so I know roughly how far it is when I get a red line. So I'm about a foot away from the vehicle behind. So now it's a case of rerouting all the cabling. At the moment the cable's just coming through the middle of the car. I'm going to have to feed it through the dash, and then it'll go up and along, just like when I've installed the Van True dash cam system, the one that you see up here. I've got a rear view as well, or rear recording anyway. So that's the next step, putting it all back together. Fairly straightforward. You've got a power supply that attaches to the camera. Bring all that through to the dry part of the door, the rear hatch, or whatever vehicle you're using it on, and then you can work from then onwards, making all the connections. The biggest pain in the backside for me is the reverse light switch wire, shall we say, because the hatch means you've got to come all the way up the hatch from the number plate and then all the way back down the side of the car, so you need quite a reasonable length of wire for that. So anyway, I'm going to see about fishing that through just now. Right, so here's the fun part. I've got a cable tie and I've taped up this wire that I'm going to bring down here into there, down there, and then I'm going to tuck it in behind this seal. So that's the next step. Oh, bloody good fun. Not. But not too difficult. One tip is you can put a bit of lubricant or spray in there, so I'll probably use a bit of this, so like WD-40 type stuff, and give that a go. Okay, so I've tucked that into there and pulled it through here, so you can make that a bit easier. You can kind of stretch this cable, this grommet tunnel section, and then it's just a case of pulling through the wire. Well, that's the theory anyway. And there's the proof of the pudding. It's still attached. Just draw it through, and then I'll bring it down through here and I'll take this part off. Okay, so I put a T-tap in here. I'm now going to run, I'm just going to kind of cheat here a bit. I'm going to run this cable inside this seal up and get into here, then follow up and then meet up with here, and I'll join the wire somewhere below this seal, and it'll be out of sight, out of mind. Okay, so now I'm taking the camera wire, the video wire. One thing I will point out, you don't have to bother with this ground, because as far as I understand, it grounds through the video cable. So that'll just get taped up there and insulated. So I'm coming down here, I'm going in there, I'm coming along the back here, and I've come down there. So I'm now going to use this cable tie, and I'm going to poke that in there, fish it out down through here, and then I'm going to go along here basically, tucking it in, and then I'll come in by the fuse box, or that's the plan. So that was really quick and easy. The reason I decided to take it along here and down into this one is because this is very congested. There's lots of wires in there, and I just thought when I'm taking something that size through here, which I've already put some lubricant in there, it'll be a lot easier to do it through a less congested grommet. So that's the method behind the madness there. So now, as I say, I'm going to bring this down behind this seal, and then I'll start tracking it along the inside of the car. Alright, so I've lifted up this bit, I've tucked the cable in there, this needs to get pushed down, if you can see that. Now I'm tracing the wire along there. I've got one of these just to poke it in, and then come round to the inside. It's just like the video I did for the dash cam. Just tuck it in, follow it along the top. It's really pretty straightforward, nothing too onerous. Obviously I'm not left-handed and I'm holding the camera at the same time. So anyway, I'm going to go tucking that in to make it look as presentable as possible. Going to follow it along, I'll pull down the door, seal behind here, and then continue on. So once that's done, I'll connect it up via the fuse box and then bring it through behind the stereo. Well, now that I've got all this wiring sorted out, I need to put the panels back on. So the first one is this one, and there's also two screws that hold it in, one there and one there. So that's that bit. The middle section is probably one of the easiest bits to do. They just clip in. There's two clips. So you see, got a clip there and a clip there. I need to do it with two hands, but yeah, that's fairly straightforward. So that one's done. Alright, so last but not least, got the lower panel to put in. Just make sure you've got all your wires taped up or cable tied up out the way, and then that just pops on. So make sure, you'll notice there's a different colour there. I don't know what happened there, it must have been some time I took it off in the past. I had to replace the clip. There's one missing here as well, so is it still? Yeah, it's still in the car, so I need to pull that one out, otherwise it won't go in. There's two of them that are grey, so I don't know if the grey ones are more likely to come out. So anyway, you remove that from the car. Fairly straightforward, just use like a spudger, or you could use a blade, but just don't damage your paint. Now, to make life easier for yourself, what I would recommend is come inside and bring your door down slightly. And then you've got 4 Phillips screws to go in here, and then you've got the pull down handle to go there. All can be done with a Phillips screwdriver. Okay, so that's the 4 Phillips in, and I've just tightened up with a Phillips screwdriver. That looks like a 10mm. And then the last thing is to put the cover on. So I don't know if I've got my fat arse sitting on it or not, but there's a cover that gets popped in there. Yeah, so that's the cover. That's it. So, one rear door panel, interior anyway, all reassembled. So that's it, good to go. So, now just to sort out all the wiring at the front end. Well, this is all back together. I'm just going to turn it on. Probably need to turn off this. So the radio's working fine. Put that down. Volume down. Oh, that's great. Oh, that's the changing the channel, not the putting the volume down. So anyway, it's all up and running. Let's see, radio 1. So it's fine. I've not got the volume up. I put the car into reverse. There's this thing obviously where the lines come up first. The sun's directly behind me. The back of the car is south, so that's working fine. This is all looking decent now. So one thing I will say, excuse me, the length of the cable for an estate car or a station wagon, whatever you want to call it, or sports wagon, it was exactly the right amount of cable. So it might be worth thinking about moving the camera further across, so you've got a shorter distance to run. But I could not have any shorter a cable. It was exactly what it should be. I think that's something to do with my car connecting to my phone. Messages coming in. So anyway, it's all good. It's all up and running. Camera now works. FACRA to DIN adapter has been modified. It works. And the antenna booster wire, the blue one's connected, so all good. So that's it. Now I can hopefully just enjoy using this ATOTO F7 WE edition. Still got to find out what the reliability of it's like, but so far I'm definitely quite happy with it. And it's nice having this feature where you can just see what's going on behind. I don't really need a reversing camera, but because I've got a tow bar at the back of the car, I like to know where I am. So I now know that that red line is roughly a foot's distance from the car behind. So, well, from the tow bar anyway, tow ball. But yeah, any questions, just ask. It's been a bit of a learning curve. The actual wiring in of the ISO and that's very straightforward, but all the rest of the stuff, that's where the time comes in. So yeah, feel free to like and subscribe or provide any feedback, negative or positive.